My opinion on the MPs that voted for the Iraq War and then against investigating it. Of course, when you confronted your MP, he got defensive about it. Because although it was minute, you did what you could with the power that you have. You tried to hold him just a little bit accountable, and that was terrifying to him. They should all, at the very least, be trialled by a judge and a jury, or at most, be trialled for crimes against humanity. Because those same people like to go on long tirades, endlessly whining about so-and-so in the world has done crimes against humanity. Isn't it awful? In fact, in most cases, the MPs and Congress people that voted for the Iraq War are the same people who voted for the war in Libya and the intervention in Syria and Afghanistan. So it's not just once, it's multiple times. And they continue to do speeches across the world. Princess Tony Blair still gets to be the peace envoy for the Middle East. The Bushes, Clintons and Kissingers of the world continue to give their multi-million-pound speeches across the world in their closed little elitist bubbles where they essentially jack each other off. We came, we saw, he died. By the way, we need to give more money to Ukraine to fight this guy that is doing the very thing that we are guilty of ourselves more than once. And they have the audacity to take the moral high ground when it comes to Russia. Just to lay my cards down on the table for any NPCs out there. I'm not saying I'm against Vladimir Putin being trialled for crimes against humanity. I'm merely saying to be impartial and to not alienate the rest of the world and to not give a message of one rule for me and one rule for thee, you must trial George Bush, Tony Blair, David Cameron, Gordon Brown, Theresa May, Barack Obama and Henry Kissinger and all the rest of them who are guilty of the exact same things. It still blows my mind to this day that this is public knowledge, especially when it comes to the Iraq War. It's been revealed dozens and dozens of times that it was false evidence. But nope, they still walk free. They still influence their country's politics to this day. So whilst I have a very strong opinion of the interventionist neocon leaders that we've had for the last 20 years and what should happen to them, it pains me to say it, but it is never ever going to happen. You're more likely to see Putin trialled and executed for war crimes than you are to see, for example, Hillary Clinton being held accountable for just 1% of the shit she has done and the lives that she and the rest of them have completely destroyed and turned upside down. Not just civilians in these countries, but the soldiers and families of soldiers that went out and fought for them on the false evidence for their own special interests. The ones voting against it are merely covering their own asses at this point. They have blood on their hands and they know it.